approval. And my argument is that we do not, would not like to have ATVs running on the county roads, but if they were going to do it, that they should include our golf carts as well, because we do have our golf carts licensed and they meet virtually all the requirements of the ATVs. And so that's why I wrote this, and because of the timing, I had to get it in right away. We weren't going to have another meeting before the deadline. So I did send that out. I did hear back from Paul Teedy, and he's not going to respond to it other than the fact that it did go to Crow Wing County Land Services as comments for the general update. If anybody has any questions on it, maybe I can answer them. Anybody have any questions or so?
Do you know what day that goes in front of the board?
No, I do not. It did not have that in the letter.
I didn't think I had that.
Kevin, like running golf carts around town, I know it's approved, but when you get out on the highway, like 11 or 4, and a 15-year-old, to have a motorcycle, you have to have an endorsement. You get a 15-year-old driver, a kid driving on a main highway like that, or I know it's a shoulder, but is there anything against state law or statutes or anything?
The county road would be up to the county and it's determining it, and like our ordinance set the age at 15, but it would be up to the county, I guess, to decide what they're going to allow, if anything, there.
Does that also then include like 371?
No.
They'd have to stay off that.
That's a state highway, and that would be state jurisdiction, and I don't believe they would allow that. I don't know if the county's gonna allow this on their shoulders.
Yeah, it should be noted also that for an ATV, the minimum age is 12, assuming you've had the safety course. And so if you were 12 years old, you could be driving an ATV on your own. And with supervision, you could be as young as 10.
And off-road motorcycles aren't allowed in roadways at all. To ride a motorcycle in a road right-of-way is actually, you have to have a motorcycle endorsement.
Right, that's what I...
And that would be on the roadway, not in the ditch.
Yeah. My question is, how many of these people will actually stay on the shoulder? You know, I mean, you have no way of knowing that, but...
Well, right now they're driving in the ditch.
Right. But that's off the highway. Anyway, I just wondered about that, the licensing.
Anybody else have any questions? Okay. So anyway, that, like I say, that went out, and I did hear back from Paul Teedy, and like I said, his comment was that he wouldn't do anything with it other than the fact that he would be in charge of the county board when it comes to them for approval. Next item, I would like to get some comments from everybody on the council here concerning our special meeting that we had dealing with the presentation that we had for the tax increment financing and the TIF, explaining the details there. I'll start with you, Councilman.
Wonderful.
Buchan.
One word. Very
Do you have
informative.
any further questions and stuff?
No questions. Fourth time through a tax incremented financing session. The real first time I understood how it's applied and the difference between the two.
Good.
Excellent presentation. That's
Okay.
all.
Councilmember Ball, do you have any questions or comments?
Not at this time. I think, you know, what was stated by the individual from NJPA
Yes.
was that once we got the application in, you know, we would be able to better lay out some scenarios. So
Right.
I'll be interested in seeing that content,
Mhm.
but I thought it was a very helpful
Mhm.
meeting.
Okay, good. Councilman?
I was pleased with it. I learned a lot of things. I think it was informative. We'll just go and see what happens as we go down the road.
Michael?
I appreciate it very much. Trying to learn as much as we could about abatement and TIF, knowing that this project was coming up. I thought it was simplified on the explanations, so DDA did a very excellent job on doing that.
Yeah.
And I think just overall having It wasn't overly extended for as many people attending that, but it was nice to see the people that did show up show interest in the project and learn about it with us. So
Yes.
I appreciated that, everybody that coming out to learn about that along with us.
And I had some comments this past week on tax forfeit properties within the city of Breezy Point. And this is a topic that is near and dear to my heart. I've been working on this one for at least a couple of years now, and not really getting much headway on it. Just for the edification of the people, Crow Wing County has about 1,200 and some odd tax forfeit properties on their rolls. Breezy Point has 462 of those tax forfeit properties in all of Crow Wing County. Just as a comparison, City of Cross Lake doesn't have any. City of Nisswa has 2. City of Pequot has 1. Ideal Township has 2. Pelican Township has 3. And we have 462. So we are somewhat of an anomaly. And I would like to get started again on some sort of, working group or something like that. Maybe Councilman Bakken, you can help out, because I sense that you have some passion on this. And
I do.
And
I join you, and I applaud you
Yes.
in your striving to finally come to grips with this problem.
And along with these 462 tax forfeit lots, it comprises almost $130,000 in special assessments that are sitting on the rolls that we can't collect. So that is a significant amount of money that is sitting out there, just, that's out of our coffers, and we're not going to get it back until these properties are sold. So we need to do something, and we need to get creative. I'm talking with Patrick, and I think we'll get together like a small working group and work with the people in the county to get this brought to the forefront, because it's a problem at the county level as well. And one last thing that I have, I've also had a comment on possibly going to, transitioning to paperless meeting packets. I see a couple iPads out here, that would definitely save a few trees if we didn't have to print everything in print. It's available online, and we could very easily be having iPads in front of us. And so we're not gonna propose anything tonight, but I just like council members to think about it and make your comments to either myself or to Patrick as to whether you would like to see this electronically or still have it on paper. Okay, committee reports. Mr. Bakken.
That's me. Very little, quiet, winter, 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 one more winter. The good news is, yay, for the first time, Parks and Rec are going to meet this month, unless it's canceled. I hope not. And I look forward, as a liaison, to work with those folks, because they got their hands full in the next year and 3/4 with the projects going on in the city. So that's all the news I have.
Okay, Four Corners project, how's that doing?
I'll tell you after the 12th or the 13th. Kathy, the 13th, is it? The 12th or the 13th? 12th. We're going to meet,
Okay.
yourself included. Hopefully the Landsberg representative, James, will bring a, not a final, but a refined is a better descriptive adjective, defined, to focus in on the issues that Joanne Weaver, Mayor Weaver, passed, and Master Gardner, who's been involved in all the projects that I've worked on here in the city, the cemetery in one, had some issues with the perennials, that's
Yes.
because of they weren't hardy enough. So we'll see what he's gonna bring back. And then the numbers will be presented in a equal division to the stakeholders. Thank you for asking that. I was remiss.
Councilman Ball.
I have nothing to report.
Okay. Gary.
The Heartland Cable is gonna meet Wednesday evening, so I'll have a report the next council meeting.
Okay. Councilman Maroney.
I have nothing.
Nothing. The next order of business is appointing municipal advisors, part of our presentation for the special meeting. We had a representative from David Drown Associates via NJPA, and I misspoke. I thought he had already been, we already had a contract with him, but I was egg on my face, and Patrick pointed that out to me, so we have a letter of agreement for contracting with David Drown Associates. Patrick, we're looking for a resolution to, or just a motion to?
Simple motion will be effective.
Looking for a motion to approve David Drown Associates to be our financial advisor for the, basically for the financial dealings with the North Star Center site.
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Any further discussion?
I welcome that. I've been very impressed with their performance and their dedication and due diligence. And I also like the independent overview, so I'm all for it. Thank you.
Councilman Ball?
Yeah, no, I just think it's a great idea.
Okay.
Thanks for the information.
Mitchell?
Nothing else.
Okay. Councilman Maroney?
I appreciative that David Brown and Associates again simplified items for us. So I'm excited to see this move forward. With NJPA again, the cost reimbursement is up to $7,500. So again, thank you to NJPA for working that project out. So this is great for us.
All those in favor of hiring David Drown for our financial advisor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Next item of business is kind of a routine. After our audit, we have general funds maintain a reserve of 40 to 45% of the current budget, and so we are moving around some funds to maintain that budget and the funding balances. So I will entertain a motion to approve Resolution 1807 to move funds around.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Councilman Maroney?
No questions. No comments.
Mitchell?
No question.
Councilman Bakken?
None.
All those in favor of Resolution 1807, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion is adopted. Next item is the critical incidents policy. League of Minnesota Cities has developed a model critical incident policy that evidently we can modify to suit our needs. And this has been brought by the chief. And it doesn't have will this have like a policy number or just?
Yeah, I give it a number.
Okay.
If it's in our policy.
Okay, otherwise it'll just be the policy. Okay, so I'll entertain a motion to approve the City of Breezy Point Critical Incident Response Policy.
Also move.
Second.
Okay, I'll start with you, Councilman Maroney.
Just a question for Chief. Was there much verbiage change from what the league had written?
Minimal, a couple of paragraphs really. There was a couple of choices as far as, for instance, viewing body camera, whether or not that can be done prior to giving a statement, and with the BCA doing our investigation, that follow essentially what they're doing.
Yep. Perfect. Thank you.
Councilman Mitchell.
Kevin, do you guys wear body cameras?
Not yet. We budgeted for them last year and this year. I'm holding off because there's a lot of issues right now with auditing and also some of the policy that was required. For instance, they're requiring that even mistaken footage can't be deleted, like accidentally record something. I have a problem with that. That needs, the legislature needs to back off, in my opinion, on this. There are private conversations that nobody else needs to hear.
Sure.
And there should be a process for supervisors to delete an irrelevant video. And the president there is not wanting that.
Councilman Paul,
Yep, I think it's a good idea.
Councilman Mitchell. Bakken.
Gary 1,
Gary
Gary
one.
2.
He's older than I am.
Not much. Piqued my interest a little. They, are you talking about the legislature,
Yeah.
chief? Okay. Second quick question to the administrator. Your opinion on body cams?
We will have them eventually. The auditing process is being discussed, and it's a serious issue.
You feel the same as a chief?
Yes, sir.
All I need to know. Thank you very much for your time.
All those in favor of approving the City of Breezy Point Critical Incident Response Policy, please say aye.
Aye?
Aye.
Opposed? The policy is approved. Now we have our annual fire contract with Pequot Lakes. The total fire department budget has increased by more than 10,000. The Pequot Fire Department budget has increased by more than 10,000. And our share of the contract amount for this year is $89,335.03, which is an increase of 2609.99. Where they get the pennies, I'm not really too sure. But anyway, so we have our new fire contract for the 2018-2019. I'll entertain a motion to approve the Pequot Lakes fire contract.
So moved.
Second.
Second?
Councilman Maroney, any comments?
No, thank you to the Pequot Lakes Fire Department for being able to do that. And we've got our own,
Yeah, I got a question that just came to my mind. Do volunteer firefighters get paid anything for their
Yes.
efforts or training?
Mm-hmm.
They do?
Yep,
Okay.
they do.
I don't know.
That's
all? Councilman?
None.
All those in favor of approving the Pequot Lakes fire contract, please say aye.
Aye.
Contract is approved. I will bring attention, we do have on April 18th, our Board of Appeal and Equalization. It's very important that we have a quorum for that meeting. So I hope everybody can make it at that date and time.
I will be there,
Very good.
with Lord
Be
willing.
there also?
Good. So
Is there gonna be an email to remind us?
there will be an email that will remind us to do that.
Right, Kathy?
And that completes our agenda. The meeting is adjourned.